This episode of Off the Job Podcast is sponsored by Gas Certificate app.
This one's for the engineers who hate admin. Tap fill, send, job done. Try a Gas Certificate app and save 30% on your yearly plan with Pod 30. Built by a gas engineer, proper job.
This episode of Off the Job Podcast is sponsored by Ridgeline.
Welcome back to another episode of Off the Job Podcast. I'm Pete Withers.
And I'm Kieran.
This is Kieran. And today we have a very special guest. We always have special guests. It's kind of a thing now where we say, we've got a very special guest. But our special guest today, you might have seen her on the socials. It's Erin, also known as the Female Plumber.
Get up.
How we doing? Essex girl?
Yes, you know it.
Wrong side of the water.
Yes, up
do
the
you mean?
Essex. I'm from
West.
Essex.
How's it feel being this side?
Feels amazing. I'm actually joking. It's horrible.
So, what you doing myself then? Hey, been work day?
No, unfortunately not. No, I took the day off today, but I have been working. Been up to some first fixes a lot, not second fixes. I don't like second fixes.
You don't
Why
like
not?
second fixing?
No.
There's no money in the second fixing.
It's
Are you a
boring.
first fix lasher?
Yeah, I am. I'm a little site monkey. I like that.
Are you on the price work yet, or are you doing the day rate?
Day rate.
Day rate. So it's on the price work is when you want to get into the first fixes more. Second
Yes.
fixes, leave that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Like, our prices aren't too bad, but I just find it really boring. Like, there's no enjoyment about it.
You're lashing in
You're
pipe.
yeah, exactly. You're like, you've got your music blaring, you're just like smashing through it. Like, I like that, not just sitting there, like making up a little bass in. That's boring.
Yeah, I like
Absolutely
that
not.
bit of it. All right.
That's not for me.
Just want to crack it all in, get
Yeah.
done, go home. I understand. Totally
Yeah.
understand. So how long have you been in the plumbing game? Because you're young.
Yeah,
You're young.
I am.
Are you still an apprentice?
Yes, I am.
Yeah? Where are you at college?
So I'm at Colchester Institute.
Right.
So I did 2 years at Braintree. So that's my level 1 and my level 2.
Mind your tapping.
Sorry.
Mind your tapping.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I did level 1, level 2 at Braintree,
Mm.
and then I am on my gas course at Colchester Institute.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's a bit long, I'm not going to lie. I wish I went down like the company route. You can do like a year just gas, but it's all right. It's what
It's
it
all right.
is.
It's what
Yeah.
it is. How long you got left on it then?
I am in phase 3, so I'll have phase 4 left and then I'm done. So roughly around 2 years, a year and a half.
Right.
So it's not too bad, but again, the coursework, the portfolio, that's the bit that's like...
And did you do that? Did you do it straight from school? Did you come out and went,
yes.
oh, I want to be a plumber? That's what I
Sadly.
want to be. Is that how it works? How did it work?
Well, I said to my dad, like, I sat down and had a conversation with him because I feel like, obviously for a girl, you sort of get pushed into doing like hair and beauty or childcare. I'm not going to lie, I don't really like kids. They're really annoying.
Yeah.
Like, they always like sniff their fingers and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that ain't a bit of me. But like hair and beauty as well, like, do you know what I mean? My fake tan still comes out orange, so that's still not a bit of me. So I said to my dad, like, I want to go into something else. Like, I'm very creative. I like knowing how things work. So he sort of said, what about trade? And immediately I was like, you actually want me to go into a trade? Do you know what I mean? Because I've heard bits and
He
bobs
needed
about
some
a trade.
bits done around the house.
Yeah, his back and knees are gone. So I said to him, I want to go for a trade. We looked around college, we looked at carpentry, boring, no offence. Looked at bricklaying. I think I don't really need to say anything for that.
Okay, yeah.
And then we looked at like electrical. I am god awful at maths and anything to do with that. So I was like, absolutely not. That's not a bit of me. And then I looked at plumbing and I thought, do you know what? I think I could actually be all right at this. So, that's sort of where it started. I went, I'm going to start doing this, see how it goes. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And yeah, I went through level 1. I mean, it's like piss easy, you know what I mean? It's just literally
Do
doing
they still
bends.
do lead at college?
No, I don't think they do anymore. No, because I know that you had to before you had to sort of
So
bash it
roofing
into
and all that,
shapes.
yeah.
No, we don't do that. We do LCS and stuff like that, but we don't really do lead anymore.
Is your dad in the trades or any of your family?
No, I'm literally the degenerate of the family.
Because normally,
You got a brother though, haven't you?
Nope.
Have you not?
No,
Brothers?
literally all my family are very female orientated. So there's
it's a fair
yeah.
play, yeah. Because a lot of females anyway, will probably because they know someone that's in it. So for you to actually know, right, I'm going to do that, and not
yeah,
worked with a family,
Yeah.
and sort of know what it's like.
yeah.
How was the practical side then?
practical side, are you like speaking about how I get on
Plumbing,
with it?
yeah.
It's, to be fair, it's all right. Like when I first started out, because obviously I hadn't really done
What was your
anything.
first day like on site? What was it like? Because you went to college
It
first.
was
yeah.
like mortifying. So basically, I went college first, and then I finished off my level 2, and then realised, okay, I actually need an apprenticeship now, because I didn't want to do the MVQ2 because it's pretty much the same as a level 2. Like it's all the bathroom work and stuff like that. And I'm like, I want to go for the gas because inevitably that's where the money is. So I spoke to my dad again, and I was like, what am I going to do? So I literally sat there like every single day, like, and I had like sort of a gap year, well not year, but like break of where I just didn't have any work. Like I would go and tell people, like companies like bathroom companies, like loft conversions, I need something. I'll work for free. I don't care what it is. I just need experience. So I would do like the odd day with a bathroom company. We'd go in there, rip a bathroom out. You know, it'd be here, there and everywhere. I created little business cards. I was going into like fish and chip shops, being like, can I just put my card up? And they were like, yeah. So I went into there. I created like leaflets. I was like calling up 100 companies and emailing day after day. I was like, please, I just need something. Any work experience, apprenticeships. I tried Indeed, crap.
Was this while you was doing the course or before the course?
So this was literally just finishing level 2.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was,
You have to get apprenticeship after that.
yeah,
don't you?
so it's like a continuous thing. Well, that's what they tell you anyway. And then, didn't get anything for ages. And then I thought, do you know what? This is really slow. And I decided to get my CSCS card. They're just like the green labouring one. Get myself out on site because I thought that's sort of where it is. Everyone needs
Did you pass
someone
it
on
first time?
Yes, I actually think I did. I think there was some questions that I had to flag and sit there and go, wow, I'm actually not right in the head. Like, you know what I mean? It would be like simple questions, and I'm like, yeah, there's a reason why I want to go into
common
this.
sense, and a lot of them are dressed up, are the same question dressed up in a different way. Isn't they?
Yeah. So I was sitting there for a while, take it like that. But passed all of that, got my card, which was really like stupidly expensive just for a labouring card. And then after that, went on site as a labourer. Worst experience of my life. I actually feel so bad for labourers being there and doing it myself, like awful. And then I.
How long was you labouring for then?
About 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
What, generally just any labouring around the site?
Literally, it was things from taking skirting boards and moving them. That was the bane of my life. That was the bit where I realised, I need to go to the gym. Like, I'm actually the width of a seatbelt. It was bad. And then it was like things like bricky huts, taking them down in like 30-degree weather, and I thought, what on earth am I doing? I know I've got some sort of like, in like 30 years time, I am going to be like, my lungs are going to be hanging off me, like, so I didn't wear like dust masks or anything that. So, a company approached me and they were like, you know, the site manager sorted me out. He said, I know you don't want to do this for your life. And I was like, correct. And he said, there's a company that wants to speak to you. And they basically spoke to me. They said, would you be interested? I was like, yeah. Give me it, please give me it, like get me out of this. That's how I got my apprenticeship, and I've been doing that for a year and a couple months now.
So first day in your apprenticeship job role, how was that? What was you doing the first day on the plumbing job?
First day, I think I did first fix rads. So obviously with the plastic pipe, and then you cover it up with the hair felt and all that. That was the worst thing I've ever done, and I thought, I actually have no idea what I'm doing, because obviously you go from second fixing and that's all you know in college, like, you know, all the crap valves that are all rusty and stuff like that. That's all you know. So then when I was chucked in on site, I was like, I have no idea like what I'm doing. And I feel like as a girl, there's this sort of sense to prove yourself. Like, you're like, oh, if they see me on site, they're not going to think of me as, you know, as this and that and everything. So yeah, I had to really step up my game in my head, sort of. But yeah, that was.
Was you bothered about being on site, like being a woman, or?
Not really, like, because I've always sort of like had like got on a lot with lads, and I've always sort of had that banter. So I knew I was going to be all right. I was just more in my head like, I need to prove myself. Like, I don't want people to sort of look at me and go, what's she doing here? Do you know what I mean? And like, even back then and still now, obviously there are more girls getting into it, but no one at school like could like tell you women can go into that. So I was still under the impression, this is not a normal thing for women to be doing. So I was a bit scared.
You're right. It should be normalised in schools. It should be offered as work experience to people, or to have an insight into the trades industry. That it's not just a bloke's world.
Yeah.
It's very much a female world now, and I think they should introduce that more, shouldn't they? Didn't you think?
I think it's definitely coming out about there's more women coming into. There's probably women in the trade you just didn't know about, but on social media now there's a lot more women sort of coming out and doing social media pages, and that's only going to help, isn't it? People come in the trade.
And that's the thing is, it's like, I wish it was more normalised in schools, and that's the biggest gap is their curriculum in schools is awful. Like the stuff that we were learning in schools compared to things we should have been learning was ridiculous. There was nothing about trades in school apart from design and technology where you're making like birdhouses and stuff like that. But there, all the boys in school that wanted to go into the trades were told that they were thick, that they were dumb, that they were going nowhere, because obviously by like the smart kids, I'm going to uni, those type of people. And then girls, it was only hair and beauty or childcare, or if you were smart enough, just go to uni. Go to uni. That's it.
But no one knows what they want to do.
Exactly.
Ridgeline's not some delicate diva of a pipe. It's built to get bashed about, installed fast and still hold up strong. No nonsense, just reliable pipe work that does the job.
Now, as a female, what would you say the answer to this is? So if you had like 100 females, right?
Yeah.
And they said to 100 females, what job would you prefer to do? Hair and beauty or plumbing?
Yeah.
What would the general...
Because of the lack of knowledge and because of how pushed a lot of girls are into it, you get different types of girls. Obviously, if you're creative, you'll go into something that is a creative job. And if you're not creative, you'll go into an academic job. So I think if it came down to it, the lack of knowledge and everything that else ties into it, a lot of the time they'll go for hair and beauty. Yeah. Because that's I'm not being funny, a lot of girls, that's all they've ever known. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's a massive problem. I spoke to my sister about it because she's into like the politics and law and all that. But there's where obviously, people are on benefits and stuff like that are looking for jobs. They're still not being told about the trades. They're still being told, go into hair and beauty, go into childcare. And don't get me wrong, you can earn a fortune in hair and beauty. I mean, I get my lashes done, 55 quid, you're having me on, do you know what I mean? If you're earning that a day, do you know what I mean? Like times like 8 or something like that, that's quite good. But I still think there is more that you can do out there.
There is
some people
be
don't put an effort
preference.
in.
There's going to be personal preference.
Yeah.
Some people just don't put the effort in. You put yourself out there to start labouring, and that took you into a plumbing job. So you have to, because it's not easy to get a job nowadays. So but you just got to keep ringing and put yourself out there. Yeah,
and that is another thing is like the lack of, especially from the government, like the lack of help for apprentices, I think is absolutely shocking. Like I spoke to another plumber about it, actually on a live stream, and we were saying how, I mean, for a start, van insurance, I mean, it's not just about apprentices, it's about all tradies, women or man, van break-ins for a start. What's being done to help that? Tools being stolen. There's nothing being done to help that. On top of that, van insurance, to get a small caddy van, which let's be real, it's a Ford Focus with like a bigger boot, just nicknamed commercial, $4,000 my insurance is supposed to be for a year, or $450 for a month. That's without MOT
that is
servicing.
Absolutely shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like how much insurance is on a van.
Yeah. And it's not just that either. It's like the lack of awareness about apprenticeships. I mean, I don't even know how I got on an apprenticeship. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you get an apprenticeship, you might as well go sign yourself up for the lottery, because that's how rare they are to get. I mean, I struggled even to get work experience for free, and it's awful. There's nothing being done about apprenticeships.
How many people out of your class do you reckon actually got an apprenticeship?
So in the level 2, when we were all looking for them, I think there was about 3.
Was there any other females in your class, or was you the only one?
There was one girl in my first level, but she was a lot smarter than me. She passed her maths first try, and she went straight into level 3. Because if you've done that level 1, if you have your GCSEs, you can actually skip the level 2 and go straight to the 3. So that's what she did. But I didn't get to do that. But she was a lovely girl. But at the same time, like I always say, because I get a lot of girls messaging me, like young girls, and they're like, what's it like? Like, I'm so scared to go, go into my first day. And I'm like, mate, honestly, the boys are really nice. Like, they usually...
Now, what do you think, but why do you think girls fear that? What do you think the reason is? Like you say, they're scared, like, and they want to know what it's like.
I'll be honest, I think, and this is something that since starting up social media, this is what I've really noticed, is you get, say, 80% of men, like all of you lot, so supportive and so lovely. Like, couldn't ask every time I go on site, good morning, how are you, lovely, you know, all supportive of the journey. But there's that 20%, and I'll split it into 2 10s. One is insanely weird, like weird men. And I think we all know who they are as well. And I think the other 10% is really nasty, horrible men. And that, like, going on to what I was saying, when I obviously started doing social media and as it started becoming bigger, there are a lot of comments that I've seen that are really vile. And because of a lot of like young girls following me, they see that. And I've had girls come up to me before and say, we've seen what some of the men have said and it's just put us off. Yeah. And it is, and I don't understand it. Like, and it goes for anyone who posts social media. I mean, you guys know what it's like. Like, you'll post a video, absolutely perfect, nothing wrong in your video. You've done a great bit of work, but someone will find something and they'll go, you've done that wrong, or it's not against the Canada regulations. And you're like, mate, this is the UK. What do you mean? Do you know what I mean? So
how do you deal with it? Because it's not easy, is it? Like, first go on social media.
Have you had a lot of
comments?
vile comments and messages?
I've gone through, like, with me, I've always been someone, I never really get offended by anything. Like, my dad's raised me to, you know, just get on with life. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I hate my generation. There's so many people that just want to be offended. It's almost like their personality now. So he's raised me to not be like that. So for me, when I see the comments, I'm like, is what it is. I don't really care. But when you get, and this is what I experienced, 20 lads a day commenting on your posts. I mean, I've gone through and deleted some of them. But when you get people literally having a go for one, your appearance, you could do, again, lovely bit of work. Oh, but you've got lip filler. Well, no, I haven't, mate. Do you know what I mean? What's that got to do with me drilling something in? And a lot of the time, there are some really, really
What sort of, did you want to go into what sort of vile comments there?
I mean,
I expose these scumbags.
It's like I said, I'm not really asked about it, but when you get 20 lads a day, it plays with my mind a little bit, but after that I'm like, oh, I don't care, do you know what I mean? Go back to like listening to my music. But it's stuff like anything from my appearance to being like, no man's ever gonna love you, you know, the traditional, you should be cooking and cleaning and you're out here doing this, you're an absolute idiot.
I like the way people think they're really fucking hilarious saying that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, I know.
It's so like 1980s humour, and they think they're bringing it to the surface, and that actually there's no comedic value to that whatsoever. A
lot of them are accounts that you don't even recognise the name. It's just all fake accounts.
And I think the worst bit about it is that they'll have their little girls in their profile picture. And I think, what mindset are you raising for your little girl? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? What life are you going to give your little girl if you just think that women are just good for cooking and cleaning? Like, don't get me wrong, men and women both have different attributes, different qualities, right? It takes a woman and a man to have a physical and mental relationship. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's just like, when you get a woman who can actually do her job and she's creative and she likes knowing how things work, and you see some absolute, you know, someone who's just bringing absolutely nothing to life, and they sit there and say something about their appearance and then chuck in a little side comment like, no man's ever going to love you, everyone hates you, what are you even doing, just quit. You're thinking, mate, like, get a life. Do you know what I mean? Pick up an impact and go get on with it.
You've got to almost think about these people saying that sort of thing, what their life is actually like. Yeah. It's like, really, you want to pity them because they're obviously in a vulnerable, sad place to actually be commenting on your stuff, what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But there's obviously as well, is there any predatory comments and stuff like that?
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. There are some, like, not so much on my comments, but on my message requests.
Really?
Like, sometimes I go through them and I think that's funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's all right. But then sometimes and what I think is quite disgusting is I get a lot of the married lads and they'll say some things and you just think, mate, you've got a wife, you've got 2 kids and a baby, and a dog, chuck that one in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And it's so sad to see, like, I mean, I've had to go with, like, I've had to act. There's actually a comment on one of my posts, and it's this guy saying, some weird little freak, you know, oh, we could raise a dinosaur. What does that even mean? But, like, saying other stuff with that. And then I just tagged his missus in it because I thought, mate, what are you doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? I've got a lot of girls message me before and been like, oh, I've seen my fella commenting on your post. Has he said anything else? And I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
really?
I'm not
so they're
involved.
actually reaching out.
Yeah, a lot of the time. But I think on site, I've got to be careful with what I say here because, like I said, everyone's offended by everything. But I think there's a certain group of people that you can tell are not looking at you as in, oh, there's a female on site. They're like, oh, there's a female on site. They look at you in that sort of way, especially like when I've been putting guttering up off a ladder, say like just a fog unit or, you know, garage, and you turn around and they're all just there.
Yeah.
Ground workers, let's be real. It's got to be ground workers. But that sort of group that are usually ground workers and stuff like that, that's where I find is the most predominant for very weird attitude and very weird like persona about them.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think it's down to your company as well to make sure that you'll feel all right at work. Like, how do they ask you a lot, sort of how you are and making sure nothing sort of is happening? And
yeah, like the lads, because obviously like all the accountant people, they're really lovely. They're always supportive of me. But obviously the lads who I work with, they're like older brothers and dads. I couldn't ask for better people to be around me. They are so amazing with how it happens. I mean, I remember that scenario. I think it was on a Saturday that I was working, and the ground workers were literally all just lined up behind me, like laughing, looking, all that stuff. And my supervisor comes over and he's like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Like that. And, you know, he's like, no, I don't deal with that. So, you know, it's like good. And they all got, like, I didn't personally report them, but he did it for me. Yeah. And that's just like lovely. And obviously like the foreman, as you call them, for the ground workers and everything, he came over and said, like that ever happens again, and we'll sort it out. Like we will sort it out. So they are proper on it. Because it's family based, you know, if you had your daughter going on site, how would you feel? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what's sort of the hardest thing that you found?
It's mad that happens in this day and age. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad that people think they can get away with that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, like, you know, my dad always used to tell me, like, from like doing jobs like around sites and stuff like that, he always used to tell me, like, you know, before there was so many paperwork and legislations about site, like people used to stand up on a scaffold and like catcall and whistle at women as they walk past. And now it's all different now. And I feel like some men, because it's not all men, and I hate when people say it's all men, some men really have a hard time processing that women can do these jobs.
They've all been down a hole, haven't they? Been down a hole all their life.
What do you think of wolf whistling? Do you think that's wrong?
Yeah. I think it's just like, I'm not being funny. Like, if you find me fit, just come up and ask my opinion. If I don't like you, I tell you to piss off. If I do like you, I'll go, you're a beefcake, you're a bit of me. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, I think but again, I'm someone who's not really offended, so I'll just look at you and go, all right then, and then just walk off. And I think that's that's the best way to do it. And if it continues, then sort of, I think as a girl, it's very important, if you're going into trade, you have a backbone. You can't go into the trade being all like, I'm offended, you know, this. And that's what I see.
You have got
certain
a sort
type
of like,
woman, isn't it?
Yeah.
We say it the same with the apprentices. It's like there's a bit of a character building there. Do you know what I mean? Where you take the piss out of them and that. Everyone's fair game for a bit of taking the piss. But when it comes to bullying or harassment, then that ain't. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But obviously a bit of banter and all that sorts the men, the girls out from the women, whatever, and the men from the boys, blah blah blah. And I think it has to happen on building sites because that's just the general consensus and of building sites.
Have you noticed a difference with that, like banter on site? Like, was you aware of?
So,
I don't know if it's the same. It is the same now, but
it's the same. But obviously,
was you aware what the banter's like? And
and that's the thing that I've always had that, like, you know, my mum always say like, act more like a lady, and I say to my mum, there's no such thing as acting like a lady. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I said to my mum, I said, I enjoy my humour. I enjoy, like, you know, making like snarky little comments. You know, I swear a lot. When you go on site, it's really hard not to.
Woman out of my own art there. I'll have a good fucking swear up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I remember my first day as a labourer. My first day when I went on site as obviously like the apprentice, the plumbing apprentice. I went on site and these two lads, Brad and Lewis, it's so funny. They were shitting themselves. Like they were like, oh, what do we say? Do you know what I mean? Like,
they were apprentices as well?
No, they were my supervisors.
Oh, right,
so they were trying to train me up. And they were like, what do we say? What do we say to her? How do we act? Do we shake her hand? Do we give her a hug? Like, what do we act? And I remember they met me on the site, because let's be real, the walkways on a site, I mean, it's left, right, up, north, do you know what I'm saying? So I met them. They were like, oh, hi, you know, it's Brandon Lewis, lovely to meet you. I was like, shut up, you fucking like that. And they literally were like, whoa, okay. Like, they were like, Jesus Christ.
Don't talk to me like a princess.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole day, like, we'd put music on and they were saying stuff and I was like, oh, yeah, you really thought, and all that stuff. So they were firing stuff at me, I was firing stuff back. And I feel like that's what it's about, is just settling them in. Because I understand why they're going to be a bit nervous about it. I get that. It's so normal, but it's so funny. Like, and that's the good thing is, if you've got a backbone, like everyone says, oh, the trade's so hard. Fucking not. Let's be real. If you are made for that and you know you're made for that and you could do a good job, you're going to do a good job. It's all just about having a laugh, knowing that you can have a laugh, but also having a backbone. That's literally like there is to a trade.
What's the hardest thing you found like to learn in plumbing at college or on site?
I'm going to say probably systems.
Yes.
Boiler systems. And this is the thing with me now, is I'm trying to get extra...
Boiler systems. What?
Like gravity, heat only.
Yeah, and the problem is I hate paperwork. I don't like any written work. I don't like sitting down and highlighting and swizzling with my pen. Like, I hate that. So when we go into college... They're 4 hours we've got to sit there for, you know, a bit of lunch, or it might even be longer, I don't know. But we're sitting there, oh, okay, this is a tap. Okay, this is a boiler. Okay, and it's like, show us, bring a boiler in, get like a combi boiler in, do you know what I mean? Every college has one. Get one in, show us what the parts are, tell us what they do, do you know what I mean? Bring up videos and stuff like that. Don't just be going through power slide. So that's
boring, isn't it?
Yeah, and especially on site, we're only putting stuff in. We're putting the basics in. And if we do, you know, say like, for instance, I'm on a district heating site, so we don't do gas.
No.
So for me, I'm learning about HRUs, you know what I mean? Before, when we were doing combi boilers, that's all second fix. You don't see that. You just put all of the pipes in and everything. So when I'm in a class at the moment, you know, you've got one lad who's commercial, one lad who's like domestic, another lad who's, you know, you've got all different plumbers from all different types of plumbing. And it's hard because I might know a lot of stuff about like heat pumps, or I might know a lot of stuff about some of the stuff that they put on site. So like shower waste recoveries and stuff like that. But I won't know a single thing about all these like boilers and cylinders and stuff like that, because I'm not dealing with that daily. So I've had to get extra experience, and I'm having to now go to domestic companies just in order to learn about the different parts and what they do and stuff like that, just to catch myself up. So that's what I've struggled with the most, is systems, because in school it's like you're drawing lines everywhere. Listen, I'm not dyslexic or colourblind, but I will just say that I am, just so I cover up how thick I can be. So, yeah.
Like you say, sometimes people are visual. I'm a visual person. I'd rather have a video.
Yeah.
Reading, I hate reading.
Yeah. And that's the thing with most tradies, like of our class are like, huh? Do you know what I mean? What's going on? Like, so yeah.
Most tradies don't like reading, writing. No. That's why in school you just hate. Did you like school? Not
really. No, I didn't really like the people in school. I mean, the main thing is I don't agree with the curriculum, and it's never going to change. So there's no point in, you know, like getting so angry at it. But the curriculum is awful. Like, there's no teaching them about like taxes, bills, you know, important things in life. There's no teaching them about, okay, so you've got all the trades. Okay, how do we, you know, like self-defense. There's no like in PE, it's bit in netball. I mean, do you know what I mean? Netball's boring. Like, teach us some cool, do you know what I mean? Things that you might need. You know, start put in real life situations, like more like cooking things, how to deal with your bills, like more real world things, and put that into school, not just learning about things that I'm not being funny.
I think the main thing is, it's good to know a broad understanding of everything, but they're not pushing you to your strengths. So if you're creative, right, let's let you do that.
Yeah, because they want employees. They don't want employers, and that's how it works. And I feel like once you start getting to a certain age, you realise, oh wow, I've got to create my own opportunities here.
You're very young to understand this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Very wise.
Done well with bringing you up.
And that's a very good outlook, because people who come out of school they're just schooled, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? So it's impressive that you see the world in that way.
This is another good thing about social media, because it's opening up all this, exposing everything basically.
So then you mentioned social media. So what happened there then? How did you decide? What was you already on it before you become an apprentice? What was the score there? What happened?
So, well, I went
because you're very well known on there now, aren't you?
Guess what? But yeah, so I had like a small little like TikTok. I'm not being funny. I did not take it seriously. You know, it was either me dancing around my room or me, let's be real, pouting or doing some random crap. So I went to install a show, and this was it was actually on my birthday. You know, I'm a bit of a degenerate. Why'd I do that on my birthday? But like,
treat myself.
I'll go to the installer show. But yeah, I went to the installer show, and that's when I got talking to like Female Plumber, and Beta Plumber, they said, although he was more there for the bants, you know what I mean, as he does, you little weasel, all that stuff. But yeah, I got speaking to Female Plumber, and he sort of said, Matt, he sort of said, like, you can take this seriously. If you take this seriously, this could start opening your way up to more opportunities. And I was thinking, I like the sound of this. Do I get paid? And he said, potentially. And I was like, right, okay, this is where, you know, Wolf of Wall Street type stuff.
You're talking my language. Yeah.
Exactly, like Wolf of Wall Street, you know what I mean? I'm sitting there with my like fingers crossed. She starts telling me all about take it more seriously, you know, put the time in, edit your videos, do all of this. He was like, I'll help you out with it. He was giving me loads of like tips on social media of how to do stuff. So I went home, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I've got to start on Instagram. I'm going to start on Instagram. And I already had like a really small, like just my crap little college things, me putting a piece of like 2 clips with a little bend in it.
Yeah.
So then I was like, do you know what, I'm going to take this more seriously. And I can't remember when it was. I think it was, I went away for like a camping trip, and I'd uploaded so many videos, like I didn't really pay attention to what he said, I'm not gonna lie. He was like, only do one a day. I uploaded like 6 or something like that. I was uploading loads of them, and
was
I came back.
Insta?
Yeah, that was the Insta. And I came back because there was no Wi-Fi. I came back, and it just started blowing up, and I was like, mate, what am I doing? Like, I'm actually not that good at stuff yet. Like, chill out, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it started blowing up from there, and then my TikTok, I started taking that more seriously, doing like voiceovers and stuff like that, you know, editing, like learning editing, stuff like that. And then, from then on, it's just sort of been like, it's going a lot better, but he really helped me out. Like, he's really, really helped me out. And now, like, I get loads of like young people as well, like just freshly got into the trades, and they're like, I want to start this. And I'm like, get up, like now I get to like tell everyone else. But yeah, it's been amazing. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be here today without you lot, so you know, I want to say thank you. That's
good. It's good because your take on it is really good, because you are like one of the lads on there, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? That's what a lot of people go to watch for, because you are that all right good.
You have that
and all
banter,
that banter, the geezers banter sort of thing. Because
there's women in the trades that even we know. I'm not saying I don't have banter, but you have proper like lads banter. This is not me saying you're a lad, by the way. But
I was going to say, I don't think I am, you know what I mean? Because if I was, I'd be a bit concerned.
You have that banter where you could just get on with anyone and have a laugh. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, that's exactly how I've been in school, and I think that's why I didn't enjoy it, because those type of people didn't get me, and that's why it made me feel like, I'm
now
really
you're surrounded by people that sort of get you.
And it's like, I'll go onto site and everyone's like having a laugh, you know, you can, like, someone will violate me and I violate them back, and then we'll just laugh, and it's such good energy, do you know what I mean? So, like, when I wanted to go into like Instagram and stuff, I thought, what can I do that is going to be different? I don't want to be the same, you know, just post a video, that's it. I want to do something that's different, and I want to be who I am, which is take the piss, just like have fun, like go for it. That's who I want to be. So yeah, I went with the sapness.
It's sort of the same sort of mindset as what I had, really. I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be the run-of-the-mill plumber on Instagram and that. You wanted to stand out, didn't you? Obviously for being you and not just a woman.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So
it adds a mix to the week as well, doesn't it? Because you're on sites, you're around a lot of people, but a lot of people like Pete's on his own, so he can like film videos on his own.
Yeah.
But do you get that? Are you allowed to film on site a lot, or do they ban you from certain parts, saying no, you can't film there?
No. I just literally throw my camera up. I've had people before being like, you should get proper setup. Piss off, mate. I'm not spending my apprentice wages on that. Do you know what I mean? I'll literally just put my camera on like a chunk of wood. Like I'll literally screw like 2 4-inch screws into the wall and go, yeah, that will do.
Tripod.
Fuck that off. And I'll literally just stick my camera up, put it on a time lapse, and then once I like get home, I'll like chop it all down, make it look good. And that for me is like, yeah, I love that. That's good. Yeah. Like, you don't need all this like really like, especially on site, that's gonna get wrecked. And if someone walks in, they're gonna call you an absolute like freak. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing with that? And I have it before. Like I'll be filming something. Like my camera will just be propped up on like a time lapse, and I'll just be like doing something, and one of the lads call in and go, what the fuck are you doing? And they'll be in the background. I have to chop it down so much. And I'm like, can you get out of it? And he's like standing there going, like that.
Do you find pressure with it now because you're on it, and do you feel pressure to like put out videos all the time, or
no, not really.
Just don't care.
I'm not being funny. Like I should probably take it more seriously than I do. I have been thinking about like next year, like properly getting some like good videos out there. But at the moment,
just got to enjoy it.
And I don't like people that once they start getting the following, they turn into the knob. Like they just turn into the absolute twat, and you're like, what are you doing, mate?
There is so many.
Day in the life as a master professional plumber, you're thinking, mate, honestly, you're not on like right hook you, and you're thinking, how do you start from someone who's really humble and really sweet and just like is just trying to do whatever they can, and now you're like someone that just doesn't, you know, they're not even there for actually putting good stuff out, they're just there for the money. I hate that, can't stand that. Like tool reviews as well, when people are ranking like tools that aren't even good, and they're like, oh yeah, this is great, and then like at the bottom, commission paid, and then you're like, oh yeah, you know, you've like they've got you then. Yeah. So
you're seeing it for what it is already. That's good.
Yeah. It's so easy to see it though. Like you're just thinking, what are you doing? Just stop. Like,
how long have you got left on your course now then?
I think
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh, 2 years you said,
yeah, 2 years.
And you have your gas after that?
Yeah, fingers crossed if I actually pass. I need to do some extra revision because, I'm a bit ditzy.
How long's the gas part then if you're doing like a full-time, not full-time course, but the longer course?
Like, this is actually what I found quite weird, and I didn't figure this out until afterwards, but there's 4 phases to the level 3 MVQ, right? So if you did your level 1 and your level 2, you get to miss out the first phase of the level 3. But if you did the level 1 and you skipped the level 2, you have to do the full 4 phases, if that makes sense. Yeah. So for me, I had already started on phase 2 because I'd already completed that. So I'd done obviously the phase 2 and then the phase 3. But those 2 are actually just like re-going over the stuff we've already done in level 2. So when you really think about it, you think, this is a little bit pointless right now. But gas is actually just 1 year. So that's phase 4. So that's when you learn everything.
So you're doing the gas for a whole year?
Yeah, so I'm finishing off phase 3 now, and then phase 4. And then fingers crossed, and then I want to get into like all the renewable stuff, because that's, I think, where it's going to be more coming to in the future.
Well, for your age,
yeah.
I'd agree.
Would you want to experience a domestic, like not on site, and just more like?
Yeah, do you want to go on your own one day? What do you want to do?
Yeah, so in January, I've spoken to a domestic company, and I sort of said to them, listen, I really need help with my portfolio, because I don't know if you guys had to do portfolios. I don't know if it was as strict, obviously, when
you still had to do portfolio.
Yeah. So with mine, because I'm on site, it's very varied as to what you can do. Like I said, we're putting things in. We're not doing faults and maintenance. So I sort of said to like some domestic companies that I've talked to before, if I just come in, I'll come in for free. I'll come to a job like with you and stuff like that, and then just like teach me about what we're doing, and then after that let me take pictures of me doing it all. I'll get all my photos for my portfolio and everything, and then I'll be A, more clued up on all the domestic side of things, and B, I'll get all my portfolio stuff done. So you're sort of like killing two birds with one stone, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think like you got to do it anyway, but definitely it's worth getting experience in the domestic side, because then you figure out what you actually enjoy.
The site you're on, so it's only HIUs, like you say, innit? So
yeah, so we've got loads of different sites.
So is there any with boilers and that on that you could possibly get on and jump on?
We have some in like Cambridge and Bishop Stortford and stuff like that. That's like heat pumps and combi boilers.
Yeah.
So I could potentially do something for that, because it's not necessarily hard to like get an expansion vessel off and just act like there's a fault, for instance. But I think if I was going to do that, I'd also want to do it more with a domestic company, because then I get to actually see stuff and they can explain it to me a little bit better. Because we did electrical work, wiring up all like the cylinder stat to the terminal to the everything. I was thinking, what the fuck? Like, I was like, I've not got a clue. I had to do it twice because I couldn't figure it out. It was like a pot noodle. I was like, and I don't like pot noodle. Do you know what I mean? So I was really freaked out. I was like, yeah.
That's a good description. I like
it was
that.
a pot noodle.
So when you take
there was peas in there and.
But why is there so many colours? Like, I'm not even
But do you know when
funny.
you take off a messy cover, like when you first get into
I did it the other day. Do you know what? I still got to put that video out, right? I did a video the other day where I was going to just doing a 2-port valve, and I thought I'll show it, the wiring centre and all that.
Yeah.
And I took the 2-port valve head off, right, and I followed the wire to the centre, right, and then I must look round and I turned back and went click, right, and I cut the wrong wire for the other 2-port valve. I was like, for fuck's sake, what have I done that for? So I ended up rewiring 2-port valves back into this wiring centre, which it wasn't that bad, but it was still a pain up the arse. But when you get them like that, when they just you take the lid off and they go ting, you go right. Let's get one of them 5-way plugs. I'm not going into that.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're allowed to go on the breakdown courses, like do you know the boiler manufacturers, without being gas safe.
Wouldn't have thought so.
No.
If you're training,
maybe
because that might be worth looking into.
Yeah, maybe. There are loads of courses. I want to get as many tickets as possible, because I don't just want to be like a pipe fitter. Basically, I don't want to be like that. Like, I am quite interested in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to do this.
There's nothing wrong with researching it online and stuff. There's loads of good engineers online who will show you loads of little things, but I doubt you can go on a course without being a gas safe. But yeah, you're going to continue for social media. You're doing a few bits and bobs with companies, yeah? We even done a video together the other week, didn't we?
Oh, that was actually so cool. I've been checking out all the comments and everyone's like, what on earth is going on? I'm like, don't even mention it.
It's a sick video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He done a good job for that, Tyson. We just showed up, had to scream and shout and do whatever, and then he just put it together, and it was just like, whoa, where'd that come from?
I think it made it even more funnier with like all the ITS workers literally like crying their eyes out when you were like, leave her alone, because they couldn't see us. They could just hear some like random man screaming, leave her alone. And I literally looked over the banister, and this like one guy was in absolutely tears, bent over us. Like,
it was a mad day.
Have you had anything go wrong on site?
What, me personally?
Yeah, like,
well,
it's only a year in, you're quite new.
Yeah, I've definitely had leaks. I'm not being funny. Like I said, like before this, I'm not being one of them people that goes, I know everything. I'm a master plumber of 40 years. I know everything. I hate that. Piss off. Do you know what I mean? But like,
I've never had a leak.
Yeah, like, what the actual hell do you mean by that? Everyone's had leaks. Like, I will tell you when I'm shit at something. I'm not gonna go, yeah, I'm really great, because if I'm like not good at it and then it fails, I'm look like a right muppet. So I've almost burnt down a timber frame house, obviously, like I said. That was really great. I don't think the site manager was too happy about that, to be fair. And then I've had loads of leaks, like maybe not so much on the second fix, definitely on first fix, and where I haven't, like, because it's all plastic. So, like maybe from where I haven't pushed something incorrectly, I've had that fail a couple of times. But I've never had, I've dropped a bath. I've dropped a bath on myself before, and I was really terrified it'd break. And what was the other thing as well? I probably shouldn't be saying this actually, in case someone goes, But there was one time of where I backed into like a shower screen, and it wasn't on properly, and it literally just completely fell over. Oh, yeah. And I was thinking, like, I had like road markings in my pants. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, shit me, like this ain't good.
Did it smash?
No, it didn't. It actually didn't. And I was thinking, right, okay, like someone's watching over me at the moment, but that's about it so far.
On that site you work on, who does the shower screens? Plumber or the carpenter?
Plumber.
Yeah, it's always in that.
Yeah.
Talking about you had a bath. What was it? What happened to the bath?
Oh, it dropped. It fell on top of me.
It fell on top of you.
Yeah.
I had a bath get blown away in the wind and it hit a convertible motor.
Was it made out of polystyrene?
No, it was an acrylic bath. It was like acrylic, but it was standing up outside with taps on it, and all of a sudden this gust of wind went down this alley, and they had a convertible car. Like I think it was a Peugeot convertible. Took out the wing, dented the door or whatever it was, and I was like, my mate came in and went, "Mate, we got a problem." He went, "Actually, no, you've got a problem." He said, "Your bath's just blown into that car."
Jesus.
So, yeah.
What don't you like about second fix then?
I find it so fucking boring. Like,
that's like the finished product, though, isn't it?
And it's actually quite
weird. Or is it just
weird.
experience? Once you do it more, you might enjoy it more.
Maybe, but
well, it's the loading out and all.
Yeah, it's so long, like everything about it. And for me, it's actually quite weird because when I first went into plumbing, I was like, yeah, I want to do all like bathrooms and shit and learn tiling. Absolutely not. I'll tell you that for free. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's plumbing or nothing. I'm a bit useless at everything else. But
this girl is the female version of me. She actually is.
Thanks.
It's like yeah. I say it. Second fixing. It was a case of we'd have to load out 3-4 flats because you have to do three. We'd have to do 3-4 flats to make your money up, and you're tracking across site. You're tracking across the mud, the dirt, all the bloody like tyre tracks from the diggers and all that. Loading them out 2-3 floors, and then you're going round every single one of them, and then you'll hit a couple of problems where a pipe's been bent in the wall.
Flats as well.
Do you know
Flats
what I mean?
is the worst experience of my whole entire life. Taking a K3 rad up the most narrow. I mean, these flats as well, they look like something out of like Iraq. They were awful. You know what I'm saying? I'm being for real here. Like, you're expecting like some guy to come around a corner with like an AK-47 or something. It's freaky. But like, I hate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some man in a ghillie suit or something. But it was awful. Like, I don't like second fix. It might be because I've done private jobs before because obviously I'm like, I want to earn extra money. I mean, like I said, for that van. You know what I mean? But I've done private jobs before, and every time I've done a private job, apart from one time, I go in there and I'm thinking, I can do this. This is a great job. 6 days later, like, it's awful. It's all
wrong.
It literally takes. I remember.
Can I take a guess on one?
What was it?
Mono block taps. No?
Yes, one was, and the cabinet was about the width like that. I could barely fit in there. Like, it was the worst job of my life. Like, I was literally leaving. I think I was working at Cambridge, so that's already like an hour and 30 minutes away from my house. So I would go to work, come back from work, go to this lady's house and be there until like 11 o'clock at night. It was the worst thing I've ever... I wasn't eating. I was having like scraping chips off of my car floor. That's rank. No, I didn't. But do you know what I mean? That's what I...
What's the job?
Like,
what was the job?
Oh, she wanted a tap change. Really lovely woman, credits to her, but she wanted a tap change. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it without showing you a picture of it, but the way, like, whoever had put it... I'm not even going to say that because I'm an apprentice, what am I saying? But the cabinet itself was literally the smallest thing. It was like a chode. Like, it was wide, but it was small. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was trying to get round the back, but like my hands are like small. Do you know what I mean? And I couldn't even like get like to twist it, if that makes sense. So I ended up having to put like loads of these, these box spanners on top, and then worst time of my life, I got it off.
You learn a lot from them.
I knew you should say mono block taps. I remember because when I first started out, and I was going to take on like little jobs and that, my mates who were on they go, mono block taps are a nightmare. Blah. Yeah. I mean, now, no, obviously not. I mean, you get the occasional arsehole one, but when that occasional arsehole one now, if I'd have had that back then, I remember doing an ex-girlfriend's nan and granddad saying, "You change our taps." I was like,
yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. 3-4 hours I was on these taps for, just trying to get them undone. And they was the ones when you had the copper tails coming off.
Well, they're like really, really small at the top, and
they're
then
rigid,
they come down.
Yeah. You don't have everyone now has flexies, don't they? They all have flexies, but they was a bloody nightmare. I remember it. Like yesterday, it was one of the worst jobs. That's why I said I knew it would be a monoblock tap in there somewhere.
Yeah, I've had another one, and that was even worse because obviously I've started to build up all my tools now, but I didn't have any like reciprocating saw. I didn't have a multi tool or anything. I literally had like the crappiest like Aldi like finest hacksaw that you could find. In my tool bag, and I was changing. I can't remember what I was doing. I was changing all like the guts inside, like assisting and everything. I was like, if anything that I've learned, change it all because I'm not coming back because one part's failed. So it was like the old toilets. You know, it has like sort of like a metal plate that it actually sits on, and like the nuts and bolts and whatever like slide into it. It was rusty, and everyone knows where that rust also comes from. Men that you have aim assist. But clearly they haven't used the aim assist.
I mean, there's a bit of spray, and as you get older, it sprays a bit.
Right, okay.
That's the way it is. Robbie's got that to look forward to. Kieran has. I'm already there.
I think you're cooked. But yeah, like it was all rusty, and I was there. Must have been like 6 hours, like just chopping at it. Do you know what I mean? Like sweat dripping off.
I've had to grind a few.
I like that because I've had to do that exact same thing.
Yeah.
I had to do the exact same thing before.
You think it's going to be a quick job, and it ain't.
It's the worst.
It's awful.
It's the worst thing.
It's awful.
There's so many little jobs like that in plumbing, isn't there? Which just it's a pain in the arse.
I had that on Sunday. I had that. How long ago? I must have about 5 years ago now. But one of that same thing. Yeah. Absolute frigging nightmare getting this toilet off.
Yeah. That's why people just like being gas engineers, not plumbers.
That's the thing, and that's what's put me off with second fix and doing any sort of like maybe the odd job here and there, but especially when you're working on site, you know, I've already got a lot to do, like coming from sites that are far away, and then like college work as well, and all this stuff. It gets to a point where it really runs you down. But they are good experience, very good.
But the thing is, what you're going to find is, right, what you do want to get is variation. You do want to get variation for like doing some second fix stuff and that, sort of like putting showers on, knowing how to change a shower, blah, blah, blah. You know, and toilet parts, obviously, because putting them together, you know, then if you come up to a private job, fixing them,
shower valves in the wall. And all
do you know what I mean? So it's going to give you a bit of insight. Although you hate it, but you're going to have to do it because what's going to happen, you'll get so embroidered in just doing first fix, and even if you do second fix on the same site, it's still all the same job.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me when I was younger because I used to do the same job day in, day out.
Yeah.
And when I went out on my own, I was like,
shit.
Shitty.
How did you find?
Yeah.
How did you find hanging your first rad?
Oh, what, second fix?
Yeah.
Wait, you wouldn't fucking hang a first fix rad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some things I say, and I'm like, what? Do you know what? I think I did my first ever rad with a loft conversion company. That was my first ever like proper place that I like did a little bit of work experience with, and he was really like lovely about it. But fuck me, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, why am I measuring it like from in there? Why am I measuring it from the bottom and stuff like that? And this guy just wanted to like end his life there because I was going, do you know what I mean? Like all this stuff, and he's just saying, just fucking put it on the wall. Like, what are you doing, mate? Like, but I don't know. I suppose I am quite annoying. Like, everyone just knows me as that one person from like American Pie. Like, this one time at band camp, that's literally me. So I'm like,
but you just want to know, don't you? You just want to know.
Yeah.
You need something explained. Yeah. You need something explained, and just some people just need to be a bit more patient or better explaining stuff. Yeah. I would say, because if you're asking, it's not always about you. It's about the way the teacher is teaching you.
Yeah, 100%. But I think it's good. Like, I've had a mixture between like different teachers, ones that are like a lot more patient and they speak a lot more like soft. They understand what, you know, they've been there. But I've had like two other ones, and I love them. But for what they've taught me, they teach me, and they've taught me shit is not always going to go your way, and shit is not always going to be sunflowers and rainbows. They've literally like,
especially if your pipe's going up.
Yeah, like it got to the point where like I couldn't understand something. You know, just your head is like a fart. Like, that's what like my head was like, and I just said to him, I can't get this, and he just turned around and said, what the fuck, don't you understand? And it's sort of like, I didn't take it as like it's really mean. I was like, yeah, I'm actually being really thick right now. I just need to think about it. But it's teachers like that, like even carrying stuff as well. They'll get me to like carry all of it because I go, you're gonna have to do this one day. You know, I don't care if it's heavy or whatever. You're gonna do it, and that's what I like. I don't want to be treated any different to another young apprentice. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's differences between like physicalities. Obviously, between a woman and a man. You know, sometimes not. I've seen some very like scary looking women that will like eat you alive. Do you know what I mean? But like, obviously, there's some
these numbers.
Differences.
I need these numbers of these women who eat you alive.
These women who are like, but yeah, like they're really nice and they toughen me up, which is what I like. I like the fact that they're like on my case about it, because if they're not, I mean, look at how my generations turn out. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit shit, a lot shit.
Let's finish off with that. What do you think of the generation nowadays? Why is it going wrong?
Do you want like a PEA purple pen paragraph? Because that's what you're gonna get. I think it's just like, everyone's offended by everything. Like no one can take jokes anymore, because you might upset this one, you might upset that one. Even like small little jokes here and there, you can't say that. Why can't I say that? I think there's a lot of toxic things between like this whole cancel culture. As soon as you do something, people are like, oh, I'm going to cancel you for that, I'm going to do this. You've got no power to do that. Do you know what I mean? If you do have a platform and people are going, we don't like that, there's ways that you can go about things. But I also think parents aren't hard enough on their kids anymore, and the way that the world's going, oh, you can't do this to a kid, you can't do this. Like, if I've done something wrong, my parents will shout at me for it. They'll go, you're not doing that, and they'll discipline me. And kids don't have discipline anymore.
And they'll carry it through.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, I see it all the time, and a lot of people, they might discipline their kid at the time. Then later on in the day, they'll reward them. Yeah. So that back there means nothing, because that kid thinks, you know what, don't matter about now, because later I'm their little prince or princess again. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. And the thing about it is as well, a lot of kids have, I get it, there's a lot of autism, there's ADHD and things like this. Yeah. And people say, oh, it's because of that. But they're still capable of learning, a lot of these kids. Yep. Do you know what I mean? They're the brightest kids you'll ever meet in your life, some of them. So they've got some 100%. Way of learning. But if you're rewarding still later on in the day without consequence, then what's going to happen? Later on in life, he's going to do something bad to someone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's going to do something because 100%. He's been getting away with it all his life, and then all of a sudden, he's in nick, right? Yeah. And in nick, don't matter if you've got ADHD or autism, does it? I mean, you're in with the main population, ain't you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's a big thing. I don't agree with it at all. I think like every single person alive everyone's different, and that's what I hate about my generation as well. Everyone wants to be the same people. They want to look the same, talk the same way, be all of this stuff, and we're all not. And everyone learns different ways. We are different people, and I don't agree. There's so much like, obviously, I'm a big person for mental health, you know. There's times when you've got to really look at things and go, wow, that's not right. What they're going through is hard. But at the same time, there is a lot of people using bad stuff. Like, I've seen comments about people being like, oh, I've got depression, and, you know, I've got anxiety, and I've got, you know, all this stuff, and they'll go and like abuse someone, or they'll go and stab someone, and it's like, oh yeah, but I had this and that. Yeah. It don't fucking matter. It's about the principle. You've gone and done something wrong, you take accountability for that, and if you're really that sick, you go and get yourself help. If you know you're ill, and if you know you need help, you can go and find that help. I mean, we're not short of it, let's be real. Like, there's places to go, and I think it's hard, and that's the problem, is babying kids. Because when you're a kid and when you're in your childhood, that is the most important stage as a kid, where you then grow up to be the person who you are. And that's why, I'm not being funny, we're all normal, do you know what I mean? Because we've got good parents. Yeah. But these parents nowadays, babying them, oh, it's okay, you know what I mean? If the kid's done something fucking wrong, shout at them, let them know it's wrong, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, but it's like, it's a lot of kids are having kids as well. A lot of feral kids are having even more feral kids. Yeah. Because it's from that sort of like that ilk. That's just the fucking way it is. It's just kids having kids, and just fucking idiots having kids. Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah, having kids at like 20 years old. Fuck.
I mean, that's not to say it's not wrong to have a kid at 20 years old, as long as you've got the foundations in practice and you've got the right morals about you anyway. 20-year-old women can be good mothers.
Yeah, they can.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 20-year-old scumbags who fucking have just been taking the piss all their life and fucking
100%.
whatever, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah, I think that is true, and I think, you know, like there's like them young mum programs and stuff, and you see some of the mums on there and they're absolutely brilliant with their kids. But I think when you see a lot of like young people and they're getting married so young and having kids so young, and it's like they're not a kid anymore. That's what I see a lot now. Like kids aren't kids anymore. Like, do you know what I mean? Like even my dad, he'll tell me you go and play like poo sticks with his friends for like 4 hours, or like, and like with me, I was like, you know, I feel like I'm still in that age group where it's acceptable. Like I'm not like a massive degenerate of life. Do you know what I mean? So like for me, I'm like, when I see like, I don't know, like 10-year-old kids walking around with like iPhone 15s and they're like cursing and swearing, they got all these like proper branded clothes on, and you know they're sitting on YouTube and they're doing all makeup tutorials and stuff. Like, I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was watching like Minecraft videos, and do you know what I mean? Like playing with like probably eating Play-Doh at that age. You know what I mean? Like, but I think baby,
society has been forced on kids too early, sort of thing, innit? I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
but you got a very, like Kieran said, you got a very wise head on your shoulders, and yeah, that shows a good job what your mum and dad have done of you, obviously. Do you know what I mean?
That. My dad would be like, get in!
But no, this has been good. Yeah, this has been a really...
Thanks for coming
You
on.
ain't shut up, have you?
Nah.
You've
I told you I can waffle my way.
You've not left a blank bit.
Don't you want to go into sales
podcast.
at all?
It's brilliant.
Fuck no, piss off. I'm like, yeah, this is a tap, yeah. Like, look at it. You like it, yeah? you want to buy it?
That's brilliant. No, Erin, thanks
thank you.
very much
okay.
for coming in.
Thank
and
you.
if you're not following her already, Female Plumber, TikTok,
Don't know which camera.
Instagram, that one. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you on there?
Oh, Christ, no.
Oh, you're a bit young for that one, are
I
you?
can't figure it out.
Right, okay. And if you would want to subscribe to us on YouTube and just hit the link, Robbie's going to put it up. Robbie Incher, good lad. The link, like, comment, all helps out of the channel. And Erin, thanks very much again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you
Cheers,
guys
Erin.
soon. Thanks very much.
Bye.